You're going to start finding things like a rotted tree stump that's been pulled out of the earth, trash collected and left in plastic bags, heaps of dry leaves and sticks that are like bound together. Like it looks like somebody's been doing something here. But the further you get in...
Now the important question is, does he have to spin a wheel not to roll around in it?
There are those urges, but I'm not going to make you roll for them.
Damn it.
I wasn't going to mention how these are my trash bags now.
But yeah, the closer you get to the, like, further inward, the stranger the things seem to be. There seems to be trash left in symmetrical piles. Branches that are hung from trees in weird geometric shapes. Almost Blair Witch style.
Is there, just out of curiosity, is there any of that smell, that stereotypical smell of death that's, if anything is rotting near?
Have a boring shit.
That is interesting that you say that. Why don't you give me a wits plus awareness check?
Yeah, smelling things would be a
Couple hours in, and we're doing our first wits and awareness check.
Hell yeah.
4 successes.
Okay, 4 successes. You do have... You're picking up an underscent of that sweet, putrid smell of rotting flesh. You start seeing rocks stacked in odd formations. The deeper you get into the glade, because at this point you're starting to see like an open area where there's no tree coverage at all. It's just a rough, circular opening of trees that seems to be little. I mean, it's about 50 meters across. It's a fairly large opening without trees in it. It's covered in tall grass. Like the lowest grass you're going to find in this area is going to come up to about your knees. There's some small bushes here and there, but otherwise it's fairly easy to get through. There's not like a bunch of sticks or anything in your way. There's not like, it doesn't feel like the vines and the grasses are trying to like grasp at your feet anymore as you get into this area. It's fully open to the sky, and the trees at the edge are actually unseasonably bare. Like even like the conifers that should not be bare are completely naked. They're just bare sticks. It looks like something has like wrenched them clean off. Seth seems to be taking very easy steps in this place. There's this sense of foreboding, and Seth actually he before he gets like dead in the middle of the thing, he just starts to growl a little bit and hunch. His hair starting to stand up on end, and his hair's thin for a wolf. It's not that thick, luscious fur that dogs have. It's more like the fraying hair of an older dog. So it just kind of like stands up on spikes as he sits there and growls. How do you guys handle this?
Wait, I can talk to his ass, can't I?
You can talk to Seth, yeah.
I'm going to approach...
Normal humans going to see you talking and somebody and a dog growling at you.
What were you saying?
That's pretty much what's going to happen.
Now is not the time. What is it, Seth? He smells something.
You want a biscuit, boy?
Yeah,
You want a biscuit? Have a biscuit. You just threw
I'm going to kind of stay toward the
dog
back,
treat at me.
trying to just keep hidden from anyone who might be watching us. Basically, I'd like to do a stealth roll, so
Okay.
keep hidden.
Okay. Dexterity plus stealth.
For the future, I should probably buy a collar for myself.
3 successes.
3 successes? Okay.
You want to talk about how to get made fun of at the cairn? There you go.
So basically, I'm looking for a place I can kind of remain hidden, but at the same time,
Where is
watch
a
to
dog
see if
collar?
anybody approaches.
Okay. So you're trying to stay hidden effectively in the taller grass and stuff. So you're like, what do you like, crouch down, trying to stay a little bit below eyesight?
Trying to keep below eyesight, but still being able to watch, like, from a distance.
Okay.
As if he's on edge, that means something's got to be coming.
Yeah. You were talking about talking to
Oh yeah. Well, Seth is right there. He's acting all freaked out, and I'm gonna ask him.
He just
Yo,
the most
what's going on? This is
the most like odd answer he could probably give you. The spirits are unhappy here. It smells of death, and it does. There's this sweet scent that just is almost gagging.
Putrescine and cadaverine.
Yeah.
Dominic is just going to be pretty much like kneeling on the ground, getting ready to either jump at something or jump the hell out.
Are you trying to stealth this too?
It's just like laying down low on the bushes.
Okay. All right. We can continue the investigation here, or as things Seth has told you, the Umbra does offer answers that the waking world does not.
It gives you a different perspective view.
Yeah. Well, you can talk, like, if you're here, the witnesses that you can talk to are effectively humans, which there are none. The witnesses in the Umbra
It's practically surrounded.
are everything.
Oh man, I bet that makes it really easy.
But I will leave that up to you guys to decide.
I mean, it smells like death.
We don't know what could be on the other side waiting.
We should probably find out if there's like a literal corpse here at some point.
You guys gonna keep going inward, or what do you want to do?
I mean, do you guys want?
I mean, I can't talk to you. You're in Hamid, aren't you?
Yeah.
Bork,
Bork,
bork.
to still understand him.
Bork, 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 bork.
You can speak Lupus when you're in Lupus,
Okay.
unless you have like special gifts that allow you to speak.
Does, just out of curiosity, does the wind spirit I have something that
I just stare right at you. Bow wow. Wow wow wow.
Oh, does the
wow,
wind spirit have
wow.
anything that calls himself?
Yeah.
Zephyr.
Zephyr.
His name's Zephyr.
Zephyr.
He's cool with Zeph.
Hey, Zephyr. Anybody else out here?
You're gonna notice when you go to talk to him that there is no wind in this place.
Oh, that's not good.
Everything here is just stagnant. And if you went to talk to him, you can barely hear him. In fact, give me a resolve plus awareness check to see if you can hear him from where he's talking to you from.
So,
1 success.
Yeah.
You can hear that Zephyr is trying to talk to you, but he is so far away, you're not picking it up.
Can't make it out.
And there's no wind here to carry his voice.
you guys.
Now that he's out of the heavy brush that's hard to get through, Seth will... You'll start hearing that ripping and popping sound again, and Seth will... Watching it happen to a wolf is almost uncomfortable. You can't tell if the hair is sucking into the body or falling off of the body. The strange angles that his limbs take as he's popping back into this like young yet sickly form that he has is
that's not right.
Stomach turning. But he does go back into his Hamid form, and he'll get his clothes from you.
Yeah, he'll hand you.
Thank you.
Alright, so what's the story? Is there anyone else around here? Zephyr won't come anywhere near here.
I can definitely see signs that the scarred eye was here at one point, but I think they're old signs. I don't smell anything that says that they're still here.
I smell something decaying, though.
I smell it too.
I'm still in lupus form.
Uh-huh.
Can I try and track that down?
You gotta try to smell where the body is.
Where the death is coming from?
Go ahead and roll investigation plus survival to try to narrow down where it is. I'll give you a lower difficulty to find it. You're rolling 1 die on it.
I had a skewed idea of what roles were going to get involved in this game.
No, that's okay. Your character is just getting used to this. What did you get?
1.
1 success?
No.
You rolled a 1.
I rolled a 1.
That's a botch.
You...
On my 1 die.
And that would have had to have been a rage die.
I guess. I don't know how it works.
You get fucking filled with anger being in this place. You don't know if it's like a sense of this place was not meant to be used for this purpose. You also don't know what the fuck it was used for in the first place. Like there's this like internal anger inside of you that is just like, this is wrong. And you're also angry because you don't know why it's wrong. And
it's being reflected as he growls.
And
go ahead, do me a favor, and
I can write them a letter about how upset I am with them.
Roll 2 rouse checks or two rage checks.
How do I do those?
Like hunger checks.
Yeah, you roll 2. Just roll 2 dice.
Cleared. Okay. I got a pass and a fail.
Pass and a fail? Okay. You are going to feel slightly calmer, but you are going to erupt in Krenos. So, yeah, you see him. Damn it! You see Phil as a wolf, just like almost like a dog with rabies. It's just he's thrashing back and forth. He doesn't know which way to go. It looks like he's trying to smell something, but can't quite pick up where it is. And he just seems to be getting more and more frustrated as he goes. And then he just starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then he's on his hind legs. And this is what you guys turned into that night in the fight club.
I want to ask.
I would go beat up some branches, I guess. I don't know.
You gotta kill something this round.
Oh, fun.
Part of me wants to ask.
Damn, boy, you big.
Is that a thing that
You're
happens
not
every time you
yes.
go into Krenos?
Yes, you have to kill something every round in Krenos.
Oh, boy!
Now, that doesn't mean you're going to attack your pack. And there's nothing that you can really see to kill in Krenos right now.
So, I'm not going berserk and going for the nearest
Not
ally.
me.
Okay,
However,
good.
Give me a wits and awareness.
Oh, now he wants a Tony check.
Does he get a bonus from Krenos?
You can spend a willpower to avoid frenzy and try to take control of the situation and shift on your own free will. Or you're going to frenzy.
Well, but the frenzy we discussed is not going to kill them too.
That depends what your role is for the awareness check.
Oh, let's find out. This ought to be entertaining. And I already got the dice out.
Yep.
3.
3 successes. There is something moving just out of the glade that you know is there.
I guess I'm gonna go chasey.
Okay. Yeah, it's you.
That's
You
round
do-
1. I might be spending a willpower in round 2.
You get 4 extra dice for this test. You get 4 extra dice for this test, and I need you to do a dexterity plus brawl to see if you can just lunge through the air and land on what you are sensing.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh, missing persons case. Oh, by the way, I killed her. That'll be $200.
Listen, Lassie. See me down the well?
I pushed him down the well after decapitating him.
And he threw his bones down the well.
Yeah. There you go.
So you got plus 4 dice to roll.
Yes.
What are your successes?
Hold on, I'm still tallying those. 6.
6. So
I mean, the numbers are the same generally,
So
right?
you got your 6.
Yeah.
So you got plus 3 for your claws. So you do 9 damage to this poor thing.
Oh, dear God.
So you're gonna see him
I just evaporated.
bound out of the glade in Krenos, and then just the next thing you know, you do see the big mass of werewolf, but you see him fling a muskrat into the air that's already dead before it goes flying. You barely hear the
This muskrat is no more.
The muskrat is no more.
It is an X.
It flies through the air and lands back in his mouth, and it's just shreds of meat.
Fuck, I'm
and
eating
fur.
that. Okay.
It's just shreds of meat and fur.
You just,
And
you just killed Ratatouille.
how do you want to handle this situation? Are
Well,
you
it's a
going to try to
muskrat.
find,
I'm eating that.
Are you going to try to
That's-
find something else to kill,
that's
or are you
snack
going to
time.
try to
Can I
take control
stop
of it?
now?
You can spend a willpower.
Can I, downshift if I do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, fine.
So I'm going to ask our guy.
Are you trying to go back into Hamid?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Go on.
So you spend a willpower, take superficial damage to your willpower. You go back into Hamid form, and you're standing there naked, covered in muskrat.
So I got to ask.
Are you okay?
Not really.
How'd that taste?
Are you licking yourself?
Rare.
I mean, he's licking his fingers.
So what I'm hearing is it needs salt.
Yeah. And like any cooking.
Just flip it on the grill once or twice and you'll be good.
I prefer medium.
You guys will learn how to control that as time goes by.
Yeah, that was
He's gonna take his clothes from you, and he's gonna walk up to the edge of the glade because you're just basically standing there like waist high in grass, and he's gonna just put your clothes down on the edge and turn around and start walking back into the
What
glade.
I'm thinking is it will probably be a good idea to have 1 or 2 extra sets of clothes for them.
There
Siri, order paper towels.
there is a right.
Siri, order wet wipes. Siri, order another
Right
suit.
of dedication.
There is a right that allows you to bring your clothes with you when you shift.
That seems useful.
It is, especially nowadays. I just don't happen to know it, but I know people who know it.
I've probably already gone through at least one suit and finding out about the Glabro thing, haven't I?
Probably.
Yeah. The Bruce Banner method's gonna get expensive in a hurry.
Yeah, we'll get you all set up. Anyway. So, you were trying to sniff out where it might be. Everything seems like the smell in that frenzy that you were in, the smell you chased the smell of life. The smell of death seemed to be coming further into the glade. Seth is going to work his way over there. Is anybody else?
I'll go
Yeah.
in. After this show, if nobody shows up,
I guess I gotta write off an undershirt and get struggled back into some semblance of order here.
In the middle of the glade, there's 4 oblong mounds and a dug hole of a similar shape. So it's basically like 4 large mounds, almost like pentagram shaped, except the tip is just a hole that's dug in the same shape. Together they form a 5-pointed star. The mounds look very recent, and does anybody want to do... Can I get a intelligence plus awareness roll?
Boy. I've got a bad feeling about this, guys.
Four.
5.
Okay, you've seen this shit before. You've seen photos of this shit before, and you've seen a couple YouTube videos. These are hastily dug graves.
Yeah.
The mounds are vaguely human height length, and the hole is definitely somebody where you could... It's only like 3.5 feet deep. Like, definitely not legal. But yeah, that's what you're gonna see.
Okay. I get to close to one of them and start like moving around dirt, see if I can actually.
Whoa. Hold on there a second, Tiger. If one of those contains one Jacqueline Bates, I'm going to have a talk with my client about that, right?
Else we'll find out.
Hold on. I'm trying to think this through here. If one of these is Jacqueline Bates, I'm going to have to talk to my client.
This is also...
Police are getting involved. How much do we want to muck up a crime scene?
This is also, well, at least was a Karen.
We might not want to bring police into this. I understand that this is a police issue for humans, but this isn't right.
When it comes to this kind of thing, I think we are the police.
We could, I guess, in theory...
Werewolf cops? Oh, Lord.
I guess we could remove her from the grave and bury her somewhere else, where she would be found.
I mean...
That gets sketchy awfully
with
fast.
What's going on here, we might be looking at something a little bit more darker than the humans can handle. And we might be pushing them into something that they should not be investigating.
Were the Fenrises into like human sacrifice?
I really didn't pay attention to what they were doing. And a lot of their stuff was kind of anti-human.
So 50-50 chance?
Possibly. I seriously doubt it. Like, that's massively against the litany, but also the Get didn't really want to follow the litany anymore. Like, yeah, the ideas of the old ways were kind of stuff that was messing things up, but they wanted to take things further to an extreme.
Okay, so what I hear is we're gonna have to cover this up anyway. So
we're dealing with an extremist cult.
I mean, possibly, but like this seems a little bit weird for even the Get.
Yeah, okay, that's a little further down the line, right at the start on do we dig here or not. It sounds like we're gonna have to perform a cover up as it is. So go right ahead.
The wolves are kind of scattered at this point. You just digging them up?
How good a friend's your cop friend?
I mean,
Hide a body good? Or at least pretend that somebody else hid the body?
That's your dice.
he's a good enough friend that he tips me off every once in a while before they come in, and he'll pass along messages and get the information.
Well, it doesn't sound that close.
I don't think he'll hide a body.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, strictly speaking.
How about 4?
Yeah.
Bodies.
And why were they waiting on number 5 there? Do I want to know?
I don't know. You got that list of people who are involved in this? How many people?
Jesus H. Christ.
Now, keep in mind the brother and the niece were not part of the horticulture club.
I'm going to check up real quick on dude's car.
Okay.
Is it in a place I expect to see it?
Parked outside of the nursery.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'm gonna still dig.
Yeah, you're digging, and you are going to find a body that's in there. Like you start shuffling around, and hey, look, a leg.
Start moving
How
over
bad
towards
is
the face, trying to find the face. See if we can identify.
How bad
it.
is it decayed, though?
It's not that far gone.
Probably about 3 days worth.
Yeah, a little bit. Like it's you've seen worse. The weird thing about this is you're only finding one leg. You find the rest of the body, it's missing a leg. And when you get to the face, it has like dark ashes like smeared from the bottom of the nose across the lips and down the chin.
Do you recognize his face?
I don't think I had photos. I think you had photos. Not you.
Only one photo was found. Well, only 2 photos were found. One was of Jacqueline, and the other one was of the niece.
Okay.
That was
So
the
you
only
didn't
2 that
get
were actively
any
looked
off of the backgrounds or anything yet?
So is this a male or female body?
Well, we're expecting a mixed crowd.
This is a female body. And do you guys just work on the one, or are you checking everything, or?
Well, I was first like uncovering the face.
Okay.
See if we can asking this. Do you recognize this one? Do we have any photos to compare?
I mean, do you look for the rest of the people on the list?
Social media.
Okay. Give me a wits. Give me a wits plus technology, and let's hope for a high win.
Come on, Glasswalker. Ooh.
1, 2.
Oh, holy shit! Okay,
Yeah. Okay, so
6 successes.
yeah.
Okay, so your 6 successes is going to find Jacqueline Bates' Facebook page, as you had already found,
Yeah.
which opens up to a whole profile album in her Facebook page of her horticulture friends.
Really?
And the person that you are digging up right now is 55-year-old aerospace engineer Aisha Kreider.
Aisha Kreider. You got anything to take notes down?
Phil.
So the horticulture club consists of Rickard Mueller, Jacqueline Bates, Mitchell Erickson, Aisha Kreider,
And Joy.
Amudo, which is I do want to point out that Joy is a man.
Yeah.
Yes.
The name Joy just automatically pops out to being a woman for me. But and then a fifth member, Hannah Harcourt.
I mean, at the same time, the name Gwen normally.
I can see that. I would just, if I had not pointed out that it was a male and I was doing notes on this later, I would have automatically written down as female.
You did point out that it was a male when I was.
Okay. But there's also a Hannah Harcourt, which was not on the list before. But this is definitely Aisha Kreider.
All right. Going on to another grave. First I'm going to put some gloves on.
Okay.
They're just basic plastic gloves.
Can I assume that over time you're going to look into all 4 graves and
Yeah.
stuff? Okay. You find that Aisha is missing a leg. One of them is also going to be missing an arm. The other 2 are going to be severely mutilated. All of them are going to have ashes spread over their face. And you find the bodies of Jacqueline Bates, Mitchell Eckerson, Aisha Kreider, and Joy Amato. But you do not find Hannah Harcourt.
Okay, so I'm going to automatically start.
We found Jacqueline though.
Yeah. I'm going to start.
I'm taking a
looking up
picture.
Information on her because If her body's not here, guess who's now a suspect?
Okay.
So I'm going to try to find out what information I can find on Hannah.
Okay. You are going to find out that
I'm taking the battery out of my camera.
Hannah's 39 years old. She's a photographer, and she worked with Mitchell Eckerson, as well as being a friend of, as having a couple of friends in the horticulture club. Like, you find pictures of her and other members, like, having brunch and, like, taking pictures and going out and seeing the gardens and the rose gardens and stuff like that. Hanging out at the Ecstasy Saloon now that it's open to male and female patrons. Like that kind of thing. On the bodies, though, you are going to find wallets for those people who have pockets. Money is in them. Like, credit cards are all
they
there.
didn't kill him for money.
Does not seem to be any type of...
It seems to be more ritualistic than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a... For anybody who can we get an intelligence plus medicine test? I will allow this. I will allow intelligence plus medicine or intelligence plus occult.
I've got straight up intelligence.
Okay.
But I also have internet, and
True.
I can always look stuff up.
I'll allow you to add your technology to this.
I only have one die.
Okay. That internet is your friend.
Yeah.
Kind of literally.
4 successes.
Weaver technology.
And I'm going to just go ahead and point
Weaver
this
web.
out. There is amazing service out here. What was your successes?
4 successes.
4 successes.
No, one
I will
hotspot.
allow you to
5G
choose
tower.
in your investigative past, as a private eye or as an investigator. Would you be looking for medical science or occult science?
I think at this point, occult science.
Occult science? Okay, well, successful occult test. Parts of the scene kind of mimic cultic murder-suicides, such as the 1978 Jonestown incident and the 1997 Heaven's Gate mass suicide.
That one I'm familiar with.
Yep.
I think everyone pretty much knows about that one.
And if anybody wants to do a intelligence plus survival difficulty of 2, I have other different types of information for you. If you don't have that, that's absolutely fine.
Oh, yeah, 2.
Bella.
Yeah, want a cup of Kool-Aid?
Nah, I'm good.
2 successes. You can tell from your years of investigating that due to how loose the soil is and the markings along the edges of the graves that are dug, this was definitely dug with a shovel, probably within the last 24 hours.
Oh shit, these are fresh. Which implies that somebody held them for 48 hours before.
Hey, you know what? That means that there should be a scent on here other than the dead body.
Yeah, well, if somebody else wants to look into that.
Sure, I haven't had a turn yet. I'm gonna pre-strip off my clothes before going into Lupus.
Okay.
My last try at that was a little dramatic compared to what I was intending.
Yeah, what do I roll for that?
Okay, so while he's working on
for
that,
Lucas,
Yeah.
there's no roll.
I don't know
You just
your
shift.
deal
Okay.
super great.
Hamid
You ever
and
have
Lucas are incredibly
to
easy.
move a crime scene? You got any thoughts on that?
Alright, so I'm gonna try to pick up...
I mean, I always
Another
figured
shit
that
other than
at some
just the
point
body.
I won't be able to hold back my fists and somebody will actually get that
What
hurt.
would that be?
So eventually we'll have to do it. Might as
Well,
well start doing that now.
Well, all right, so
As
cool.
a
You've got
wolf, it
4
would be a
bodies.
survival
What
thing, but-
covered in dirt.
Where do you want me to put them?
Well, that's kind of the thing. Is where the hell do we put these?
Do we have a big enough vehicle to transport them?
Oh, I do not.
What exactly are you looking for?
I'm just trying to pick up a scent of any other person other than us and the body, of course.
Okay.
What about completely getting rid of them? Like leaving no evidence?
Don't you think the families deserve a little closure?
Wits plus survival.
These people had parents,
We
brothers,
don't know what.
Well, I guess
sisters,
it's gonna be
husbands who
just-
hired private investigators to look for them.
Because when you're
I understand
making
your
a
point of view
basic
on
You know,
you
I
gotta
understand
make
and I completely
choices.
respect it. But
Yeah, no successes.
who knows what they've done to these bodies?
Oh, that's fine because I didn't have.
And-
well, they killed them and tore them apart.
So, with this, I'm going to give you all one last check. But if
Coffee's
anybody wants to give me an intelligence plus insight roll, I'm going to tell you something that you guys probably have already deduced yourself. And if not, you guys can pretend you have. It's up to you.
Fuck yeah.
2 successes?
4.
4 successes? 2 successes? Okay. Given everything that you guys know about everything that's going on with the names, the pictures, the grave, there are 2 people missing from this whole thing. You don't see anywhere
Hannah?
the remains of this Hannah, Harcourte, I guess. I don't know how to spell her name. It's Harcourte. And also no Rickard Mueller. Those are the 2 people who should be here, who are part of this horticulture club and are not.
Okay, so we got 2 people that are not in graves yet.
Taking all bets. They're the ones that did it.
You think they're dead? They're
We
dead of
could
Fenris?
assume that, but we don't also want to rush decisions on that either.
So, do we reckon they're dead of Fenris? Some kind of accomplices? Just plain regular nutballs? Or maybe they just can run faster than anybody else and decided not to talk about it for some reason, such as guilt. Or maybe they just didn't come that day.
Well, at the very least, maybe if we can reach out, we can find out maybe there's a new member of the group that's possibly not on social media, or somebody that maybe someone brought in.
Real quick, what do you guys do about the site? Do you do anything about this?
Oh, we're standing here debating it.
Okay.
Because we've got a big problem now.
That's another thing. We need one of us needs to stake out the site.
Here's the thing. We're standing in a clearing in the woods with 4 dead bodies.
Obvious crime scene, and
we've messed with it a lot.
But we can't.
And
have
2 of us should have known better.
We can't have the authorities come out here, though.
Yeah, which means we got to put the bodies somewhere else and pretend that's where they were. And that's got all kinds of problems.
Yeah.
Starting with, if we want to relocate bodies, I'm not putting bodies in my car. Unless I have no other choice. There's a lot of forensic shit that I could get into in an awful hurry.
So we get a rental car.
Or, wait,
Yeah, rental car with a credit card tied to my investigative agency with a cell phone record of me coming out here with the rental and on my credit card.
So I go and steal some random schmuck's car. Because I
Stash a bunch of bodies and then park it back in their carport.
No, just use it to transport.
what about the Umbra?
What about the Umber?
Toss them in the Umbra.
Okay.
There are things in the Umbra that would feed off of them.
And I doubt they're the sort of things that we want eating.
The Umbra is a very interesting place. There's a lot there that can help us, but there's a lot there that could hurt us. And just throwing a dead body in there is not a good idea.
I'm gonna short stop before we even get to the Umbra. You got any family? You had a mother once, right? What if somebody killed your mother and then somebody else found out. They knew. You didn't know what happened to your mom. She just stopped answering calls. You couldn't find her. Somebody knew what happened to your mom, and they hid that from you.
Well, once you find
Is
out
that
who's
okay?
my mom, let me know.
No, they don't let you know. They dispose of the body instead.
Once again, once you find out who's my mom, let me know.
Jesus H. Christ. Okay.
Wow, you're a callous motherfucker. So yeah, like I said, we need to
getting
find-
rid of the bodies,
we need
hide it.
a way of transporting the body, and then put the body somewhere where it's not going to be obvious that we're hiding them.
It
we
needs
want
to
them
not be
found.
tied to us having done this, and let's ask them a lot of awkward questions. But somebody's got to find out at some point here. Because anything other than that is just cruel.
Yes.
I mean, if anything, just dig a deeper hole and put them all in.
Oh my God, do you hear yourself?
I am trying to give solutions here. I'm just throwing them in. I'll say do them right now.
I think your compatriots are looking for more humane ways.
A humane way to do it.
Where people are going to get closure.
That's why any dictatorship anywhere disappears people instead of killing them, because it hurts more.
Are the bodies dressed or naked?
No, they're addressed.
I would say relocate them and give an anonymous tip.
See, now there you're talking. Steal a car, drop it somewhere that it's not going to get the police involved in whatever the heck get a Fenris business that it is. Phone in a tip line. There we are.
We'd always drop the car off somewhere along the side of the road after we dump the bodies. This way, whoever we steal the car from hopefully won't end up getting the blame either.
Sure.
Because that would really be a shit move to do to someone.
Well, they're going to call their car in as stolen anyway. I mean, if you want to do them a solid, make sure that person is busy with a solid alibi kind of activity, and then you yank the car and go. Actually, if you take a car from somebody's workplace, that might be quite ideal.
Thinking, like grabbing a box truck, because if you steal someone's regular vehicle, getting the smell of death out of their car is
you got a point there.
nearly impossible. You take a box truck or something that's
Or a pickup, something that's not very porous. That's still going to be a bad day, but it could be worse.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to sound callous, but we could dump them in the Willamette. If we dump them in the Willamette, they're guaranteed to wash up somewhere downstream. Also, most of the evidence that links them to some kind of incident.
Well, that's actually not the worst idea, because then these ashes and dirt and stuff will be a lot less of a thing.
Yeah. I'm thinking also before we transport them in either way, maybe I can go over, grab some ponchos to cover ourselves up so that we don't leave hair particles or whatever on the body. And I can get some gloves and whatever else we might need.
Yeah. I think it also bears mentioning no phones.
Yeah. So leave the phones in vehicles or whatever turned off.
This might be a case of we need to go back to my agency, leave our electronics there, and then do the dirty business when that comes around.
Could also make it a little bit simpler, but use your idea also. We could use Dominic's idea. This place is already tarnished for our purposes. It can be cleaned, but it's already going to take a lot of work. We could just leave an anonymous call pointing them in this direction. If
The
all
cops,
of
you mean?
Because if all of these people pop up, this is the first place they're going to look anyway because this is where they were cleaning up.
Okay, I thought the consensus was that we couldn't get the
Alright.
cops over here.
Well,
They're going to be here anyway.
if
That's
we're
what I'm
okay
thinking.
bringing
That's-
the cops over here anyways,
Then there we are.
then why don't I go ahead and get a hold of my police contact first, and if I can bring him in on this, he'll owe me one already.
Tip him off. He's about to see some shit. Yeah.
Tip him off. Let them know where the bodies are found and where we found them. This way we can make a police statement, make it official that we were on an investigation being paid by a client.
Yeah.
This way
Well-
we've got nothing to hide.
Then,
As long as we're willing to let the police come out
well,
to this area.
they're still going to chew us out. Because we dug up stuff and we should have known better with the
dug
PI
in
license.
and
But
we discovered the bodies.
I've been chewed out before.
And I wore gloves. So it's not like I got any...
Yeah, that's something. Look.
Yeah. So I'm thinking our best bet, honestly, right now would be for me to get a hold of my police contact.
Yeah. Call him up then.
Let me...
Because
No,
that's a
you said
lot.
that there's phone service here.
There is. There's really good service here.
Because if
You're
we
the
can
5G
let them
antenna,
take
dude.
it over, then that's a lot less sketchy. There's a lot of ways that these other plans could go wrong.
We have already discussed this. You're of literally 5G antenna. That's what you are.
That's what we decided.
Okay.
Glasswalker, he's the tower.
With how long it took you guys to get in here and all the investigating and everything that you were doing, I'm going to go ahead and say that it's like just as it's starting to it's dusk at this point in time.
Now, here's another.
So it's probably a good chance to call your actual.
While he's doing that, here's
Yeah.
another question. Should we be Blair Witchifying this place a bit, or what?
I'd say leave it the rest of the way.
Well, I
it
mean,
is.
not necessarily before the cops get here. I say let them see what they're going to see. I mean afterwards.
I mean, the cops might handle that themselves.
Let
That's
the cops do it because they're going to have to...
Okay, so you're calling your police contact?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Mr.
you give him a
Mason.
call.
Right.
What's your last name? What's your whole name? Morrison?
Morrison.
Joseph Morrison? Alright. Hey, Joey, what's up?
Hey, bud. I'm working a case.
Okay, good for you. It's been a while.
Yeah,
Has it been 6 months?
yeah, something like that.
How are you paying your bills?
They pay themselves.
Stop.
Barely. Avoiding the ones I can't. I can.
Alright,
But-
so what's up?
I don't know how else to put it, but on our investigation, we were investigating missing persons. We're doing missing persons
Report.
report for. Well, we found the individual we were looking for.
Oh.
I got the case number if he wants it.
Here's the case number. Blah 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 blah.
Oh, Bates.
Yeah, we found her,
Alright.
and
I don't like that tone.
and how many others? There's
3 more.
3 others.
They're not alive, are they?
No, they're not.
Where am I going?
I give you the general. Actually, I'll pull up my phone's exact GPS location and give them that.
Development Cops West.
And it looks like it was done like
Recently.
recently,
Alright.
and it kind of looks like this was done in some kind of like occult thing, and it's all the members of the like
Facebook group.
the horticultural group, aside from 2 that are still
Alright.
yeah.
Give
I
me.
mean, we'll hang out here and make statements and stuff.
Look, give me 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Alright? Yeah, he's gonna hang up.
Question: have I seen this person since I've gone through by first change?
Maybe once or twice.
Okay, so they probably picked up something weird, some weirder vibes off of me. But
He doesn't seem to react the same way that other people do around
Okay.
you.
all right, he's on his way, and
So is there anything that you guys are going to do within 20 minutes, or are you just hanging out waiting?
I think we really shouldn't touch the site any further.
Okay, so what about 45 minutes?
I am sitting down, and yeah.
Okay, so you're just gonna wait until you hear something.
I'm waiting. I'm probably
Maybe talk to Seth about spirits a bit.
yeah.
Try and pick up some pointers on this shit.
Okay. Well, if I thought we had time, I would say let's ask the spirits. And the best way of doing that is going
We
into
got
the Umbra
Zeph
itself.
we could talk to. I mean,
Zeph refuses to come into this area.
do you think it's because of this?
It might be because it's a broken cairn.
Okay.
And he'll give you lots of information that a cairn is like a gathering place for a sept. A sept is a collection of packs. Like he's trying to teach you the verbiage of being a guru. But about 45 minutes later,
I'm sure we're gonna start seeing flashlights coming out this way.
about 45 minutes later, you get a phone call.
I'm gonna pick up.
Hey, you guys are at the site, right?
Yeah.
How many of you are there?
There's 3 of us. There's me,
4?
another PI. Oh, 4. Sorry.
Okay.
Me, another PI was working with, a guide, and
Muscle.
for lack of a better term, a guy we had hired on because we thought we might need some muscle.
All right. I have kind of like an assistant with me for tonight, just like a deputy.
Yeah. I don't think any of us are armed, so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just letting you know that I'm coming back. I got one other person with me.
All right.
We got a flashlight in here.
I got one on my phone.
Oh, that might help him find us.
I'll start flashing a light out for you. So
Yeah. You do that. You do that. And it's going to take about 15, 20 more minutes for him to work his way through that. And you just start hearing
In the background, Seth, so while we were being introduced to these spirits, some of them said they would give us gifts. What's that about?
Well, I mean, you would have caught on with a couple of the gifts that you have. Yeah, like if you make friends with spirits, they can teach you how to do things.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's really better to be on their good side than anything else, just because they are useful. Like it is like having a relationship with a person who can teach you how to do something. Not to mention, like, if you need information or anything like that, it's good. You can go to places where, like, normal people wouldn't have information for you. But a lot of the times, you got to do, like, you got to do them favors on occasion. It's a give and take. After a few minutes, though, you can start hearing branches break and things crashing and like somebody who is roughly coming through these woods.
Yeah. I'll be flashing my lights toward them to kind of help guide them.
Give me a wits and awareness.
3.
3? Okay. After this, I want to say something. In the direction that you hear the crashing and stuff, you see flashlights. You see the flashlights. But as you're moving your light around, at one point, you could have sworn you saw 2 red pinpricks that are higher up than the flashlight. It's just something that you saw. Like the light caught onto something or something like that. Now, I got to ask everybody a question. How frustrated is everybody? Like
Freaked out more than anything.
Freaked out?
I'm not really frustrated at all. I mean, my character's a PI. He's probably dealt with this at least once before.
Okay.
I've never had a quadruple homicide, though.
And he deals with cops already. So.
That's very true. Okay. You, I'm going to go ahead and say, because we're on the learning curve here, and there's mechanics that we're still trying to catch on, but let's go ahead and say that Joseph and Dominic, go ahead and start using 2 of your rage dice within your stuff. You actually are frustrated. Let's go ahead and give you 3.
Okay.
All right. Now, has anybody? I believe the first time you see the moon,
I have a potentially bigger problem.
You have
what moon phase are we in?
Let's just go on with tonight's moon. It is
no.
You have to be my moon phase.
It was recently a new moon.
Okay. Sweet.
So the first time you guys see a moon in the night, you should have the ability to gain rage, I believe.
Not for
Are we
me.
going to see it
Not for
if
you?
it's new?
Mine, I automatically shift to either Lupus or Hispo.
Ah.
Oh. You too, huh?
But it's only the first time I see it do it at night.
Okay, well, the sun has gone down. And you are in an open clearing. So you're probably going to see the moon. If you can choose, I would suggest Lupus.
Yeah. Let me recheck just in case though. Flaws.
Pretty sure it's like a
Oop.
random thing. because
Mine
you're
says
not doing
Glabro
it
Hispo.
consciously.
Mentor resources.
Sun goes down, my ass goes and takes clothes off.
Yeah, the rage thing we gotta understand a little bit better.
Yes.
133.
While I'm waiting for them to come up, I'm gonna take a drink out of my hip flask.
Okay.
Hit your hunch punch
I
there.
believe 133 is where we're gonna find rage stuff.
It is.
Okay, the moon. Howling at the moon for the first time in a given night stirs rage. So you don't have to see it. You have to actively howl at it and embrace the moon.
Moon Thrall. That's the.
Provocation or harm. Let's see.
So Moon Thrall. The moon has undue a sway over you. Whenever you see the moon for the first time on any given night, you must change form to Glabro or Hispo.
Okay. It doesn't say a mechanic on either or. It's just
And make any
Yeah, I would totally make it random.
form to Glabro or Hispo. It doesn't say it's random.
okay. Glabro could pass as a human, just a big ass human.
You've already been introduced as muscle. You could just stay there.
Yeah, or you could turn into wolf. But it's also been a little while, so would you have stayed a wolf or Glabro by the time these people got here? Or do you think you would have gone back to Hamid?
No. My ass is going to be like, oh, fuck, it's getting dark. I'm going to go stand behind this bush, take my jacket off.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have the right of dedication, so my clothes
Well, it's good. That's great for you.
increase with my size.
Oh, good. You have right of dedication.
Yeah.
That's great.
I already said there was 4 people here, so
I have already ruined one good jacket.
True. He did say that there were 4 people here, so there is that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to shift and downshift.
So during the night, I will pretty much just
Which means I need to make a rage
Glabro,
check.
then switch back into
Okay.
Hamid.
I'm going to say, as you are getting dressed, you can start hearing people crash through the woods to get in here.
Okay.
So, give me a dexterity plus awareness check to see if you put all your clothes on properly.
it's like that magician.
Do we do it
that-
too, or to notice people coming? Or
What?
do we do it too to notice people coming, or only?
I mean, they're being loud and shit, so
Okay.
you're gonna know they're coming. 3 successes. I'm gonna go ahead and say you dress yourself properly.
That's good, because otherwise the alternative is you look disheveled. Were you fucking a muskrat over there?
Why is your underwear on the outside of your pants?
What were you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say with all the time that passed, you could have easily gotten to like a stream or the river and washed the blood off of yourself. Too.
Yeah.
So, 2 police officers. One is your detective friend, Mason, and the other is this big guy. He's like maybe a foot taller than Mason. He's dressed like a beat cop. Like he's got the hat and the freaking sharp uniform and everything, and he's just like he's built like a fucking brick house.
Right.